Happy Father's Day. Today is such a special day that I decided to make a video on topic. Having a business is a bipolar disorder, and that's my pure dedication to my own father. And as myself, I am a father and I'm giving my genes forward to my children. And I have grown up in an environment where we had always business in our home, at the dinner table, in the mornings, in the afternoons, after school. It was always me seeing my father doing the hard work, and when business was going well, he was always so gracious, making great gifts and supporting. But when the business was going down and the revenue was not coming in, the income was crumbling, he was so angry and sad all the time. And I grew up in such environment and took those learnings and teachings with me to keep myself in a hyper-focused state. But at the same time, there are times when everything looks like heaven or hell, like in the book The Doors of Perception by Aldous Huxley. That's just the reality of a business owner. I have had my own business now for 10 years. Wow, a decade. That's gone really fast. I have had countless failures and successes, and at the same time I have been all my life, so 30 years, since I was baby, associated with our family business and learning all the craft with my father. As I'm getting older, I'm understanding more and more how this thing works. And now I'm taking my children to our office. I'm taking them to my business trips and meetings. Not to every meeting and so on, but those where they have got some kind of entertainment to themselves, or they can entertain themselves. But they learn by experience. And I think the most strongest teacher ever is experience. When you are learning the intellectual things, when you are in school, then you do not always understand the theory. But if you get a practicality, when you get to practice on a topic and then you get the theory, then you are like, oh, yes, I have experienced this specific problem or thing. And now when I see it, like from the mathematics lessons, I remember we were doing those cosinus and sinus equations. They were just pure crap. I could do them somehow. I was lazy enough student, so I was never the perfect student. I always aimed for the lowest grade that will get me through, so I could do my own endeavors and be lazy or just live in my dream world. But I did not know why the sinuses and cosinuses are essential or practical. And now later in life, when I have building my houses or having talks with developers, architects, engineers, oh, you are calculating the pitch of the roof. Oh, you are calculating the mass that the roof can take on with those equations. Ah, if I would have known in school, if I could have painted a map or a house or drawn out the plans, and I would have known that you can apply this mathematical formula to design your house. Wow, my mind would have blown up. But sadly, the things aren't so. Things are really different in the education system. And as being a business owner, I'm also obsessed in leadership, in developing the business and looking the example that has been leading me. And when I have matured and learned my own craft, I can also see the points of critique that I can give, like the role of delegation, the right kind of employment, or even developing the business into a large enterprise that comprises of small enterprises, of individual entrepreneurs. Such formulas could take the business a lot faster, further ahead. And the same thing I'm experiencing in my own business. Oh, I want to be the expert in the thing that I'm doing. but how can I delegate the responsibility? How can I make someone else to perform or to give a speech instead of me? I do not know, but I'm finding out the ways. And I have found out that business is totally, that sometimes we had just a few months ago such a rapid fire of selling our products, as we are saying toothpaste. We were just selling, and suddenly there was 1 month long halt. The sales got really low, and then creeps in the depression. Am I worthy enough? Am I good enough? Oh, what should I do? And then, but it's ingrained in me already. But many people who are just starting out in business, or who do not have this intergenerational connection how to make business, they could get really depressed or give up before there are any new fruiting up from your endeavors. So always make your things last longer than you can go. Always go to the limit. That's one of the greatest teachings that I have received. And another funny thing is that when I finished school, I did not know what should I do with my life. Some part of me was working for the family business. Like, I really love when Gary Vee says that I was just helping my father's business for free, and until I was some 35, and then I started doing my own thing. Yeah, the same thing has happened with me, that I've been just helping, and in a later life I realized that I was actually not helping, but I was learning. I was getting free education that no one was talking about. And some my more conservative or rational family members said, you should go to university, get yourself an education. And I was like, for God's sake, I just was tortured since I was 7 years old in a school. Why I should get another education or degree to myself? Let's be practical, let's do practical things. And so I started my own business. I tried out many different endeavors with the business of making a musical enterprise and performing concerts, then making online coaching lectures, now selling physical products, and they can all be handled under one business name, or you can make new brands. And it's actually really simple, and starting a company is the most easiest thing to my mind. But the hardest part is the part of delegation and finding the right partners with whom you can start enterprise and actually create long-lasting results. And when I'm studying different types of business, they all go back to those basic principles. The skill of delegation, finding the right partners, and the will to last longer than your pain tolerance can take. These are just things. And then when you have a business, it's an asset, so you are growing a value, you are creating a value to society. That's your main instrument of work, to create value to society, to your customers. The next thing is the money that you receive. With that money, you grow your assets, you create value to your business or other small endeavors that you have associated with the business. And number 3, you get benefits as yourself, and they can be quite often moral or monetary benefits, or sometimes it can be also happiness, because certain amount of income will make you really happy. But going past that income that makes you happy, it does not matter anymore. Then is only thing that matters is the moral justification of your business endeavors. Are they morally compliant to your inner compass, or are they against the grain? Are you destroying the planet, or are you helping to build a new paradigm on this planet? So that's the greatest learning, that I have seen the old way of business, the way of being a student and being in service to the society, I see that, okay, I see those problems in the old generation, that they have been doing it for their family and for their own lack that they had in their childhood. But no, as I grew up with fulfilled childhood, feeling material abundance, I see more moral causes in business and more ways how I can improve the sustainability of my own business and our family business. They all are intertwined, and by following my principles that I have received as an inheritance, plus my sense of feeling this life and having my own sensory experiences of life, I can mix them up and actually improve that has been given from me. The same is with many royal families and so on, that they receive the inheritance, the great houses and so on, and their main duty is to maintain them, and then after maintaining them they can see what can I add to this mixture of paintings, to this mixture of beautiful craft that has been inherited to me. How can I be a good shepherd? And the same basic principle implies with business. How can I be a good shepherd for the old, but at the same time create this new territory that would actually improve that was given to me? And by having those inner conflicts, inner thoughts, having those joyrides and ups and downs of business, it all makes sense, and it's so satisfying. And it's so satisfying that I can give my inheritance forward to my children as I'm inheriting it from my father. So it's just this Father's Day greeting to all the fathers who are doing the best that they can to maintain this beautiful life that has been given to them. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and see you soon again.